Hello everybody, Satyrion Leafspar here. I've decided that I'm going to start doing some of the BJD tagged videos. I've been tagged by some people to do some of these videos. Some of the videos I've just found myself, and I'm just going to pick up on some of them and give some of you the opportunity to kind of get to know some of my characters, get to know me, and we'll just kind of go from there. This very first one, as you can see here, I have got William here. This is going to be the BJD Character Tag. You'll have an opportunity to get to know him specifically, a little more about him, a little more about his story as we work through the BJD Character Tag. I was not tagged by anyone specifically to my knowledge. If I have been in the past, I'm just now getting to it. I'm sorry. I've been a little delayed on a lot of these. But if you did tag me, well, I'm finally getting around to it. Sorry. You'll finally get to know about him at least. And then eventually I'll get around to doing some of my other characters too. I'm just going to do one at a time, and we'll see where it goes. So the very first question is, what is your doll's sexuality? So this particular character, he is part of a race of immortals. So for the best human label would be bisexuality. Though he is not going to have sex with a female to have children, but he would have sex with males or females just for the urge or just to have fun. It would not be to create offspring. He would prefer either gender if he finds either attractive. So bisexuality would be the best human label. Being that he is one of the immortals, it really doesn't matter to him. Question 2. Does your doll have any lovers? Not till much, much later in his story. And currently, as far as shells, I have not shelled any of them yet. Do they have, question 3, do they have any enemies? Yes. There is an elitist mortal group called the Montar. Their sole purpose is to seek out and destroy anything that is not normal or human. So if it's not born to a human mother and human father and is still human, then they want to destroy it. And they are called, again, the Montar. Can't say that that name won't change. It's just what has come to my head so far. And everyone in their group, because of their belief system, everyone in their group is human. They don't believe in cybernetics. They don't believe in chemical support. They don't believe in the supernatural, nothing. They are solely human beings, old-fashioned, natural. The old way, so to speak, is one of their slogans. Going back to the old way, I think, is one of the posters that I'm working on trying to create. One of their slogan posters, propaganda. Question 4. Where do you think they would live in the past, present, and in a TV-related world? In the past, especially for him, considering he is, if I have not mentioned it before, he is a vampire. So he was born in England in approximately, right now in my head, I'm thinking around the 1800s. Present, which I'm guessing is how this question works. I'm not super sure. Present day, which is, again, how I'm thinking this question works. Present day, he lives in the central U.S., around current times, is what I would say as today's times. It is modern central U.S. It is not the future by any stretch of the imagination, with the exception of they do have, there's a group of people that have cybernetic assisted limbs, but if you follow any type of science and technology based news, that is not exactly far-fetched from the technology that we have today, so that's still present times to us. A TV related world. So my stories and my characters, if you were to kind of mash them into TV, would be somewhere between Supernatural, Charmed, Doctor Who, Witches of East End, or Vampire Diaries. It's very werewolves, time travel, witches, werewolves, immortals, gods, cybernetics. I don't think there's any aliens. I really haven't got that far. Although aliens is very Doctor Who, but... Question number 5. Would your doll have BJDs? This character specifically would not. He would not have any BJDs. He would not have any interest in them. But other characters in his story would, but probably not for the same purpose that we have them. I could see some of the witches in my story having them, probably more along the lines of like totems or voodoo dolls. Just because of the nature of what they are. Like I said, I could very much see them as like totems or voodoo dolls. And them being more of a tool for bad or good, not so much as a toy. Question number 6. How do you think they did in school? Bad or good? If they went, of course. So he did go to school in the 1800s in England, approximate. He very much went to school. He was very successful in school. He later on went to college. After college, he further on went into a religious career and became a priest. After becoming a priest, that career led off several, that priesthood career stayed strong, stayed consistent. He did not leave the priesthood, even after being transitioned into being a vampire. But that will get gone into later on with the, I'm going to assume, what is called the story time tag. I'm going to have to look at those questions though. Question 7. What kind of pet would they have? So while he was a priest and while he was working for the church, he had a very large bird. I'm trying to make the decision now if it was an owl or a parrot that he kept while he was in the church, that was there with him throughout his work in the church. And I'm still working on this part. I'm trying to make the decision if it was a parrot, because I do know parrots can live for a very, very long time. I don't know what their expected lifespan is though. If it is a parrot, like macaws, I know they can live hundreds of years. If the parrot can live long enough and he still has the parrot, then I'll probably try to get him an actual parrot, get the doll a parrot. If the parrot can't live long enough and he would not still have a parrot, he would not get another pet. His character by nature does not handle loss well. So the idea of him replacing a lifelong pet with another pet for him to have to deal with loss again, it's not something he would do. So he would not replace one pet with another pet. Especially not something that he cared about deeply. Let's see. Question number 8. When is your doll's birthday? So I'm going to assume they want specifics, is the nature of the question. I have not nailed that down exactly. I only know England 1800s. I have not gotten specific with that one just yet. Number 9. Would they date from another person's crew? And I think, and this is going to sound terrible, I think this kind of goes back to the pet question. Considering he has such issues with loss, as a kind of a character flaw, he almost isolates himself. He doesn't want to get close to anyone. And he knows that anyone that he gets close to, because he's going to outlive them, he doesn't want to deal with that. The sheer idea of dating someone means getting close to them. And to become that seriously involved, it's a terrible idea. Sorry, I'm reading notes. So yeah, watching and losing someone around him die. So yeah, dating someone from another person's crew. I just can't really realistically see that being something that would be a potential for him. I know that I mentioned it up here that I haven't shelved a love interest for him. Well, there's a reason behind that, and it's probably would not be another mortal, and that's something that he would have to contend with on himself. He would have to necessarily come to terms with the feasibility that they wouldn't be as fragile as another mortal. Number 10, how tall is your doll? And it specifically says doll as a question. So a doll is 70 centimeters. In my head, my character is about 6'2", 6'3". I pulled these questions, just so you know, I pulled these questions from Sugary Cuppycake's YouTube video, which I will link down below, just so you can go and watch hers next if you like. If you don't follow her, please do. Or subscribe. This is an Instagram. Subscribe to hers. She makes great videos. She's got some very interesting characters as well. And I think she added these questions specifically because the other ones that I looked at didn't have these questions. Are their parents alive? No. Present day, no. Back in the 1800s, his parents were very much alive. His parents lived a healthy, normal, content life, without issues, without problems, on through him becoming a priest. They died of old age. He watched it happen. Once he transitioned into being a vampire, he disappeared. They just thought he disappeared. They don't know what happened to him, other than the fact that he went away, he went to college, he graduated and become a priest. He was supposed to take a trip and go somewhere for the priesthood. The trip didn't happen. They don't know where he went. And he was turned. He was turned shortly after he was turned, and once he was turned, he disappeared to his parents. It was done intentionally, naturally. He didn't want them to know, and he watched them die years and years and years later. He didn't keep in contact. He just kept up with them just because he still cared, which is one of the greater reasons why he has such an issue with the loss of loved ones. who was their first kiss? So I've broken this into kind of two. His first kiss was someone that he was supposed to be married to before he joined, or before he went into the priesthood. He got out of high school, and I think in England it's called something different, and this is where I'm going to have to do a little bit of research. He got out of England's version of high school and was going into college. His high school love, which I have not given them a name yet, his high school love was, they were both going into college, they were killed. That would have been his first kiss. Now, down the road, after becoming a priest, sorry, my watch is making sounds. Taran himself, Taran is one of two gods in my story, was the one that turned him into a vampire. So that was his first supernatural kiss, if you will. One of the two greater gods in my story. Number 13. I don't know if I've been numbering some of these when I'm calling them out, but I'll have all the questions in the comment section, or not the comment section, but the description section down below. Number 13. Who is your doll's best friend? A werewolf who owns a bar named the Fang and Claw. So David, which is a werewolf who currently does have a shell, owns a bar named the Fang and Claw. The priest periodically goes to a bar. It's the beginning of a very bad joke, isn't it? It's terrible. I didn't even think about that till this just very moment. The priest walks into a bar and talks to a werewolf named David, which he meets David in the bar by going to get a drink. They eventually become friends after lots and lots of hostility to start out, because of what the priest's function is. The priest, William, his function is to get rid of, much like the Montar, things that are considered unnatural and unholy, even though he himself is a vampire. So they eventually become friends. David, being a werewolf, kind of gets some asylum from William's goal to get rid of all of these demons in the world, because David's, given this isn't David's video, but David isn't running around here killing and eating people. William figures this out, so there's some asylum there, and there's not this animosity. And he owns a bar. The priest goes in there and gets drinks. So a friendship is developed. They later become best friends. And that's where the priest goes. He gets his drinks, and later gets information about ongoings of the supernatural. Number 14. What's your doll's style? Well, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, for the poor priest, for poor William, he wears a priest's cassock when he's a priest, and he's functioning as a priest. When he's not functioning as a priest, he tends to wear a hoodie and jeans when he's performing less formal functions. Excuse me very much. If he's performing, less formal functions, then he's in a hoodie and jeans, t-shirt. Just typical casual wear. Nothing special, nothing ridiculous. He is a Catholic priest, though. It's what's required of him in order to be able to perform exorcisms, because he does deal with witches, ghosts, werewolves, other vampires, demons, and the like. I did not elect to add any additional questions to this particular character tag because it's already 14 questions long, and I have no idea how long this video has gone on for, and I try not to make super long videos. So I hope you've made it all the way to question 14, and I hope you've enjoyed this little video, or long video for that matter. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up, and like I said, I do hope you've enjoyed it. Leave me a comment down below which BJD video tag you would like me to do next. I'll try to look it up and find it, or you can just shoot or give me a link to the next one you'd like me to do. I'll try to get it posted next. Gives me an opportunity of what you'd like to see me to do. It definitely helps me out as far as what to post, what to make, what to create on this channel. Obviously, you're my subscribers. I like to kind of give you what you want. It definitely gives me some ideas. It is blistering hot in this room. Again, this is... There's joints are blimey stiff. This is William. He is a Impel Doll John sculpt, using my mirror back there to see what's going on my camera. Impel John sculpt on the idle body 70 centimeter. He is a vampire sculpt. I did not have to mod him. This is the way he comes. There are pictures up on my Instagram if you want to see his face a little better than what's going on here. Oh my god, it's heavy. So I'll leave links below. I'll put the questions that I just answered, excuse me, not asked. I'll put the questions down below in the description box. If you, like I said, if you want to see me do any of these other videos, just give me a like. It lets me know that you enjoyed these style videos, and I'll definitely post more. Please have a great night. Stay safe. Love your dolls. Have a good day. Bye.